was like, which one? Which one? It was so funny. The context was so funny. But yeah, so
You guys.
and it was we were being shamed.
Like,
I felt
you massa is munakunya damu bado.
those people.
Over 26. This is
The Burger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
welcome back to
The mics are
Genius.
closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
Action. What up, my name is Chaxy, the mastermind. You are main guy, the Lord Chaxy. And this is a beautiful episode. Should I introduce the guys?
Umesahau intro.
No,
Kwani umesauko wapi?
but I was just thinking about...
Nami kuchanganya.
No, because... Let me do it.
Wife is in the
Let me do
building.
it the way I was gonna do it. Let me do it the way I was gonna do it. Listen, and I'm joined by my beautiful wife.
You're feeling a bit
Paid
shy.
partnership.
Finally,
Paid
so
partnership.
Just a million people watching.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is Lady Chaxy.
Lady
Oh my
Chaxy.
God, that's such a nice name.
Lady Chaxy.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Take it.
Mariah, genius. I love it.
Take it. But yo, the whole gang is around. The amazing Mwass is here. The beautiful Mariah is here. Episode 45. We are my day. Brand new year, bro. This
Happy
is
New
beautiful.
Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy this year.
9 days in.
Sasa.
And you haven't been inside.
I mentioned
Wait. Ni mapema.
Earth is hard.
I'm the best.
Please speak
This
for
is what
yourself.
you guys do.
Oh,
speak for yourself.
okay. Sema kitu yote. Mimi nimenyamaza tu.
Yeah, that's
This year we're virgins.
Yeah. Amen.
Uongo. Wewe peke
Sipo.
yako.
Amen.
So we'll do this. I normally mention just one of your names, right? So you say your other name, the one I don't mention, and then what your pronoun is. Then we get it rolling.
Oh, my other name, like my middle name.
Whichever.
My middle.
You have, I'm sure you have three names. Whichever name.
My colonial name is Steven, and my pronouns are he, him.
Magia. She-her.
We have to get brief.
Sema ile jina yenye watu wajui.
Oh, you don't do me. Oh, my bad.
God.
Let's rewind the tape.
Yeah.
Should I use the L or should I use the A?
Whichever,
Let's just
but-
use the A. Akinyi, she-her.
You guys are not paying me. I'm not giving my government names.
You
No,
have
whichever
to.
name you need to give. You have names. Come on.
Hata nickname ni sawa.
Yeah.
Hata tutahandle.
Sherry, yeah. Sherry, she-her.
She-her. Oh, Chacha. Still single, bitch. That's my pronoun.
Still single stroke bitch.
Where? No, he.
So one of your pronouns is bitch.
No, shut up, nigga. Yeah, this is to answer. But yo,
Why am I
I
here?
thought it's settled. The single thing is settled.
Yeah.
I said Jan first. Unfortunately, I was in Naivasha for Jan first.
Okay.
No, for real though. It's
Yeah,
legit.
yeah. Okay.
So we pushed it to Feb. So give me time. I'm working on it.
Okay.
You're working-
I'll give you guys an
Okay.
update. Yeah.
Okay.
You know I'm working on it.
I know you're working, and I want to
We all
guide
know.
you. I want to mentor you. I feel like you need me.
I think I do.
Mimi nataka
Yeah,
because
it's
ni
such
kama-
green.
You know how like
Yeah.
if you don't know how to swim, alafu unadunda tu kwa depend. Then you figure it out.
And you
That's the
see
version I wanna
Legombachi.
see.
You don't
Na
move.
Shaki kuwa na ati floater atifanya hivi. Nah.
No, she's been giving me tips because I was a bit scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what?
Love. Man, love.
Commitment.
You're making it so...
Where is your boyfriend? As you say, I'm making it so.
Bro, me have
Which one?
boyfriends.
Which
Oh! So yo, let's get into this because
Let's
we
do
need to
it.
release
Let's
Mariah
do it,
very
yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
So this we're supposed to make this our last episode of the year, last year, but I think some shit went down. We gave you an episode, and as we promised, our first episode of the year, Kioks is gonna be here. She watches the episodes.
Yeah.
You watched what happened, too?
No, I didn't watch the
No,
last one.
when we went, no, not the last one. The episode when we said we wanna have you here.
No, you're the one who told me about it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
Yeah.
You don't
So
watch
we're
our
gonna report too.
episodes.
I watched them when I come.
We're about to revoke your Lady Chaxy.
Have you come
title
for wine
down?
right now?
Have you come for wind down?
But I see one down on the same
Have
as
you come?
I'm coming if you have me as an MC.
No.
What?
Chaxy, see, us we can go for one down.
We can't. Normally, it's just good for setup, kidogo. When
Yeah, alafu unachujwa.
Yeah, so
Okay,
at
true.
least he makes the effort.
Okay, but if
You?
okay, I'll be trans.
We
this year.
try.
So that I come.
That's problematic.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
The
okay.
Cheque inasema.
Nimesikia.
I take it back.
No,
I take it back.
So,
Oh,
anyway,
no.
so basically, background is I think we started discussing about, we were having a conversation. What was the conversation about? Pronouns, and it was very confusing for Mariah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no, it was the time McKenna was
the whole
doing the
story,
whole
yes.
transition thing, like changing the name.
No, it was misreported.
Eh.
No, got it. So
Mic
anyway.
check. Do you have a PR team? Can we delete?
The story was.
I love it.
She was
Okay, just let
Okay,
me-
I got you.
they.
Just breathe,
I
yeah.
take that back.
Good job.
I've just remembered
Yeah.
her pronouns. So
They.
they. Oh
pronouns.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, it's
No,
fine.
not have
We
pronouns.
live and we learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's they.
Yeah.
They.
So let's just refer to they as what's their name?
McKenna, just say McKenna.
Yeah.
You don't have to
McKenna
go to the, yeah.
was switching
That's what was reported.
Wait.
reportedly.
Yes.
So what was the situation? Please shed more light on that. Because clearly most of us
doesn't know.
are
She's
under
not
the
McKenna. How do you know?
impression.
I can't speak about someone's identity or who they are.
Okay.
But there's a lot of misdirection or miscommunication in how I feel like most people don't have the language to say it. Because you're like, they're switching up. I'm like, damn, from heels to sneakers. No. No. Like there's certain language, there's sensitivity, especially when you're speaking about certain things that we're not exposed to. Like even me, I had to learn these things. I learned quite fast. Thanks. but women in tech. But there's this thing that happens where I feel like at some point we didn't know things. So we have to give each other the grace to educate each other. After today, if I live here and you're still in your old ways, then I can be like, damn, that's shorty. That's shorty.
She wilding.
Yeah. Like the moment you have the information or you seek the information and you have it, use it.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. So I think when you're identifying someone I think what you're trying to say is they became, it's not transition. I can't even say it nicely. It's not switching it up. You're becoming who you are.
Okay.
And it's your identity. It's not something that it's quite sensitive, but I think we're gonna break it down for everybody.
Yeah, let's break it
We're
down.
gonna
And
break it
also,
down.
Okay.
even the main reason, and I remember clearly the words I used was, we need someone who will be graceful, because this is not even just for us.
Yes,
this is
for
also
everyone.
for all the people, the thousands, because I think we have like minimum 1,800 people every week. Minimum 1,800 every week. So for the 1,800 people who watch, and also just for us to enlighten ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I think we begin from
The top.
the top.
Make it drop.
Yes. Kawai, take it away.
Okay. So as you exist as a being, we are more than just who we are. I feel like a shaman.
Preach, girl.
Hey.
Hey, need some sunflowers.
Yeah,
over
but there's parts of us. What? there's parts of us. So we have your gender, you have your sexual orientation, you have your gender identity, and you have your gender expression. Any of that, anything makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now define
Yeah.
those.
So gender it's as basic as it is. Your gender is who you are. Like
How you're
you're
born.
either we live in such a binary world. So you, for lack of better terminology, you're either female or male. But you
Likewise.
see, the spectrum has grown so much. We have persons who are non-binary and people who are agender. Ningebeba kitabu. Wow. I'm just here. I'm just like lecturer, sexy lecturer. Sorry, guys. But it's such a huge spectrum. So you're either male, female, agender, non-binary, and you get to choose that. Like, it's who no one can choose that for you.
Yeah.
And you can't be presumptuous about who somebody is. You can't walk out and you're like, damn, boy, how sure am I? No, you've not told me. Like, we can't, and you see, it's the thing I was telling you about privilege. Like, stating your pronouns is so that, one, you just understand somebody's gender expression and their identity. So when someone says it, you have to think about those who are marginalized, those people who have to come into a society where they're different. And even you as a straight, heterosexual, cis person, cisgender, the gender you were born in, the one you woke up in, you're not transgender.
Okay.
Yeah, you're cisgender. C-I.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, S. Hey, I was gonna say S-I-C. No.
Yes, sis.
Yes, no, yeah. So even straight people having their pronouns, you putting your pronoun on your profile, it's solidarity. That's allyship in its own way. Because it makes it less uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like that thing that is left for those guys.
Those guys,
You know,
those
it's like-
people.
it's a thing for all of us, yeah.
So, someone yesterday said, "Hey, you guys in your community." I was like, "Which one?" Which one? It was so funny. The context was so funny. But yeah. So
Your community.
your community. I was like,
You guys. Hapo kwa you guys.
and it was we were being shamed.
It was like,
I felt
you massa is
Nyinyi wapi? Nyinyi.
munakunywa damu bado.
those people. You know, it was laced with that kanini, but it was
Yeah.
so hilarious because the thing that she said was facts.
Okay.
So when someone says a fact, you can't. You take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what curiosity, what did she say?
It was something to do with love.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't give much details on it, but I can tell you on the side. When you're in a marital bed. Anyways.
What? Shoot you in the leg. Why?
Why?
Mariah is just a hater. Mariah is
If
just a
you're sad,
hater.
you're sad.
In our matrimonial bed.
I'm like,
You know,
2023 is the year of being happy.
Abana.
and happy for others.
They're getting there.
everybody wind up happy for
But
others.
tuko kwa trial period. Anytime.
It's okay, but yeah. So we switch up. Now we're done with gender.
Yes.
If you want more details on this,
No,
I can give.
just so we don't lose anyone, right? We were discussed identity, right? So
No, we've not.
emphasis on
We've
expression.
not,
we've
we've not even.
No,
gone
we've
to-
not discussed.
We've said
We've
gender.
defined it.
We've defined gender.
Okay.
Yeah. We move.
So are you going to define gender expression and whatnot?
Yeah, we can move
Okay,
to
got
gender expression. Your gender
Okay.
expression is as basic as your outward appearance.
Okay.
So you could be effeminate or masculine or in between or none or just,
Okay.
can do whatever. So if you decide you're gonna wear societally named masculine clothes, that's your expression. You're expressing yourself in a masculine way. Or effeminate, where you're like, I'm gonna do my makeup, I'm gonna do all these things. Or if you're me, you just exist.
Yeah.
And you're the hottest.
Karim is too.
Nairobi's
Karim is
finest.
nothing.
What do you use? A remis?
You're gonna functions nyingi.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So your expression is that your gender identity is who you identify as. Now that's where your pronouns come in place. They're markers. They make it simpler. You don't need to be like. So if right now somebody whose expression is masculine, they walk into a room, you can see they have a beard and maybe they have a deep voice or just everything that points in the direction of being male or male presenting and all that. But they go like, my pronouns are she, her.
Okay.
Are we on the same page?
Yep.
No, that's what they identify as. They identify as a woman.
Yeah.
That's who they are. Not even besides identity, it's just who they are. They are a woman, regardless of your outward expression.
Okay.
It does not interfere with your inside.
Yeah. Which for most of us we don't have control over. You know? Unless I surgically change my appearance. That's how I was born. Like I sikuchagua ni mapo yangu kwa this length ama nini. Yeah.
I've not understood what you've said. I will promise.
But I'm just not
I promise.
Okay. So to emphasize on how just because someone looks like a man doesn't mean they feel like a man. And how they look, they had no control over that. Like I didn't control how I was born.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow, you've used Chaxy language to explain something. That's
Chaxy
nice.
language?
No, he said it was like you're born at. So we're like, what?
Yeah,
And then
what
now
are
he's
you saying?
broken
when
it
he
down.
put in the nose beat.
Yeah, the nose
you
beat.
lost
You're
me.
like,
I just
what?
meant to my physical appearance. I don't
Yeah,
have control
you
over
don't-
that.
yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
I surgically go and change
it
what my physical appearance looks. I was born, that's how I was born. I didn't choose how I was born.
And contrary to popular belief, you don't have to have either top or bottom surgery or any adjustments made to be who you are.
Okay. True.
Yeah. Let's be sensitive to be. It's not transitions to be, to exist, and all those things. So yeah. What else? What have we said? Sexual. We said gender identity, gender expression.
Sexual orientation now.
It's not sexual orientation. Has not, like these two are so mutually exclusive. They don't. It's separate. So if someone walks in, I like when someone walks in. They're effeminate in all ways. That's the expression. But they go like, my pronouns are he, him. They identify as a man. But then they go like, and I'm straight.
Okay.
She's lost. Okay,
I can see the numbers.
Calculations going
Use
on.
an example.
Use an example. Okay.
Use Mwass. Use Mwass.
The math.
Okay.
example.
I
Use Mwass as an
Mwass.
example. Yeah, use Mwass.
Let me use myself. I feel like Mwass. Yeah, let me use
Perfect
self.
example.
Use self.
Yeah.
Say I walk into the room. Obviously, my expression is not too effeminate. Nimevaa shati ya wababa. Venye mnaitanga. Lakini mimi ndo nimevaa vizuri.
Wow.
Kani ukweli ni kweli.
Sawa.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I go like, nah, me, I'm straight. Me, I'm into men. My expression, my gender identity and all that has nothing to do with my sexual orientation.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of that.
So
Yeah.
it comes from kuassume mtu, as Kenyans say it. Kuassume mtu. How do you say that?
It's more of just how we are cultured.
Yeah.
That there's a universal, like maybe, especially, and most of it is in dressing.
Aesthetic.
This is for men, this is for women. So me, when I'm rocking my dad and I'm feeling nice about it, guys are so confused.
They're like,
tomorrow,
Why you
guys are
say
so
that?
confused, yeah.
Why you gay? Like,
I'm now, a lot of gay men will start hitting on me.
Yeah.
Because automatically they're like, oh shit.
Reminds me of that. There's a
Come
blanket
on,
and
flowers.
Nyongo came in a dress.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it
exactly.
was
And the one
You
that
remember?
had a flower and it broke the internet.
You remember?
It's like, damn.
Exactly.
You're reserving certain things like deras. Guys, you're keeping deras.
Deras are very
Imagine.
comfortable,
They're
bro.
so
They're
comfy.
so comfy, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers are
Flowers
nice.
are flowers.
On my head,
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
No, but I feel like even colors, like I think there's a time
Certain-
when dudes in pink, it was like
It's like, oh my God.
Even till now.
in pink.
Why?
Even till
Have you
now.
read
Me, I
the
have
history of
colleagues who
pink?
can't wear pink. They can't.
They're like, it's not for men. It's not man enough.
Bro, but most of them would be older for sure. And that's just how they've been brought up.
Yeah.
And not everyone changes their opinion when they receive new facts.
Yeah.
Some people, it's just too late.
But I feel like whenever I even break it down in my head, like when I look at us for Kitambo, our ancestors, bro, what was speaking to who they are or their gender expression in their attire? What? They were wearing shukas and my everything.
Skirts,
Yeah.
that's genius.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think anyone
They
wore
want-
trousers before the white man came.
No
No,
one knew
nobody,
what the
bro.
fuck
Like,
they
if you look at the
were.
pictures, nobody wore. Like dudes would only have like a small thing. They
Yeah.
wouldn't
Cover the
really.
front.
Yeah, and it wouldn't really hide anything much. Like
Yeah.
you'd see everything, you know.
And like there's literally
Chaxy, you're intrusive again.
what's everything.
Yo, like boobs. Boobs for women was
Boobs
a
are-
normal
Yeah.
thing.
I
True.
wish I honestly wouldn't mind a society like that.
Same
Free the need.
Biasness.
Same here,
With
bro.
biasness.
Because
Because you see. Let's be cognizant of the fact that it's not a safe world like that. Like it's not safe like that to
Yeah.
walk around. But let's think of a utopic situation. Utop.
Hey.
Come na vocabulary. Hebu mpatie.
Na nipige tu Mariah gunshot.
For no reason.
Because alisema eti shoot me.
Shoot me in the foot.
Imagine.
I was like, what? No, it's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's as the love of my life, Jidana, if you're watching. Jidana anakwanga anaweza.
So Jidana ki show up ni kuallow tu. Sawa.
I'll be like, move.
Sikusema.
I don't know if I him. But yeah, he said, I read niggas well and I'm well read. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
my vocabulary.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not limited.
I'm trying to look for a big
We
word.
stand.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Kama
stand.
kitu mwit na kamba badala.
So what do you think about the equestrianary about that?
Get
That's
out.
not a word. That's not a word.
Oh my gosh. But you can submit it to whoever we see if they're going to add it.
If Nani see Uhuru used irregardless so long baka.
We gave up.
We gave a word.
Oh, they were like,
Became a word.
damn.
And he's literally one of the most fluent people I've had. Seriously.
And he
Yeah.
says,
Till he says regardless.
I think everyone was just titled like, it's a word
Ni
now.
sawa.
Yeah.
So let's move.
Somebody saw.
That's the Kenyan
Actually,
in us.
Oxford actually added it to the dictionary.
Are you for real?
It's actually good.
Regardless is now a word. Not because of Uhuru, maybe because
Yeah, for sure. Of
Tumika
course not.
Sana.
Yeah.
But how do you know? How
Maybe.
do
You
you
never
know?
know.
You
Maybe.
never know. Conspiracies. Imagine
Can
shaming.
support.
Last week, someone told me we're all allowed to believe in one conspiracy theory.
Oh, it was Jeff who asked that.
Yeah.
Just one?
Mine is the moon landing was faked.
I said
Of
no.
course.
Definitely.
I told
come on.
How come we've never
people.
gone back?
I've tweeted it so many
1969
times.
Of course,
till
that was
today.
It's
fake as
definitely
hell.
fake, bro. It's definitely
I've told
fake.
everybody.
You know,
Fake
with
as
all
hell.
the technology we have, think
We've
about
never gone
even
back.
how much Cold War we have now between China, especially the US and Russia,
Yeah.
and even Germany silently.
Yeah.
There is no way, because now the first government that discovers another planet that is completely hospitable for human beings, I think, sort of wins the Cold War.
Yeah.
Going to the moon, mulienda sijui 1975 ama 69.
69.
Namjaya
Never.
You've advanced so much in technology.
Imagine
You're even trying to start
Mumeshindwa.
sending people to space and you've never gone.
Me, I'm just serious.
Gone back.
Me
Gone
I have
back,
one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, I'm gonna even go to, it's called what? Astronaut at school. What do they do? Astronomy.
NASA.
Astrology school.
What astrology? Astrology is the one for
Astronomy.
Libras.
Astronomy.
Yeah,
astronomy, yeah.
damn. I've not used that word like in a sentence.
Dalidoyo.
Well, you
hey, yeah.
Mnamwa semi astronomers. Let's come back.
Yeah.
We don't lose these people.
Like,
Because
yeah.
I was following
You are
the conversation.
We're still there,
Before we
but
start
yeah.
talking about Uranus.
Yeah.
cut, we go home. Home time.
Love
Yeah.
it.
I
Let's
see
go
why
back.
you get stressed out. Are you
No.
going to therapy?
Imagine I'm this year and to
Hey.
change.
No,
What may-
we'll,
what
when,
may-
when,
Nanda.
Mariah goes therapy, Mariah's
I'm
therapists
actually-
need better.
hey, who you? Ata unpack vitu zingine. What?
No, legit, like I'm actually ready to go for therapy.
Go for therapy.
Yeah.
And I feel like this.
And you need to go back to
Yeah,
therapy.
and I need to go back.
Yeah.
It's been like
I'm
a
ready.
good 3 months.
I know somebody who went for therapy once and they were like, I am well equipped. Forever.
Once?
yeah, once.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
therapist ni mgani
It's a
pia mnaweza
lot.
kumcheki.
No, you
One
You
session.
open up so much in
The
one session
trick
and you're
is
like,
to-
fam, you're not ready for a second.
The trick is to find the final boss. You find your therapist. So the final boss is the
'cause,
therapist.
it's government mandated
Is
that
it?
every
Yeah.
therapist has to go for therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Bro, can you imagine people unpacking all that and you don't have anyone
All
to-
day.
to also
Me, that's why I
unpack it?
can't do therapy. You know, even when I go to a club and I feel a shift in energy, I'm like, to the left, out of here, man. I don't do that. And I'm like,
Hey.
what? Can you imagine I'm trying to catch fun times and then somebody's telling me their sadness? Sometimes I'm allowed to say no.
Yeah.
I am
sure,
allowed
absolutely.
to create boundaries with things that will affect how I feel in a space that I'm trying
could
to
always
get an
pull out
escape
the
to.
worst out and do.
The hardest thing was I decided to go sober for like a whole month. I think 2 years ago in November.
Well,
And then we
I
went
was
for
ready to hear
fusion.
last
No, last year, no.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
It was confusion.
I was so sober and it was so annoying because I was like, what the fuck? I hope this is not how I behave when I'm drunk.
It
I feel
is-
like but
When
I
you
just
look
have
at
fun.
people-
Like, I want to
Yeah,
know
as we
the
have
story.
fun. Yeah, we
And
don't do
then
that.
Be like, oh my God. I'm like, no.
Ati, what did you just say? Just
So
rewind
there was
the tape.
and a rush is on stage. A song I really like. And now I have to listen to someone's trouble. Not that I don't care, but I'm like, can we talk about this tomorrow?
Later.
Like I'm trying to
And
sing,
it
bro.
was
and
my
I'm so
birthday.
sober.
Me, I was having a fun time. I was so happy. I was wandering
Anyway,
barefoot with
back,
my socks.
back. We'll talk about this.
Oh, yeah,
back,
yeah.
back.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get back to it.
We're
Let's
going
circle
back to
Circle
sexual
back.
orientation.
Uranus. Somehow
Yes,
we're
yes,
circling
please.
back to...
Shut up,
You
nigga.
don't, that same line got us
Mwass.
off topic.
Yeah.
I know.
Events.
Yeah, sexual orientation. This is the most tricky part in Kenya, and how we approach it, and how we're advancing into speaking about certain things. I don't feel safe. What are the safety measures you've taken to protect this conversation?
On a disclaimer page
Yeah.
before.
No, we always have a disclaimer. But also, we always emphasize that, one, this is a podcast and we are not professionals.
Yeah.
So, but doesn't mean we don't think about anything or don't have opinions. So normally, our disclaimer says, like, these are just opinions and we are not experts and we allow people to contribute. There's a lot of times we come back with feedback from the people who watch or listen and we discuss it and we educate ourselves. Because that's the whole point of this this
All
podcast.
right. Yeah, because the atmosphere right now in Kenya is quite homophobic,
crazy, yeah.
especially
Quite.
after.
Quite. Very.
It's heightened.
It's very.
A lot,
Because of Edwin
Was it?
passing and everything. So yeah. Do you guys do moments of silence?
Yeah, we
We
do.
do all, yeah. And we also dedicate episodes to people. Like we're gonna dedicate this episode to Eliud.
Yeah.
Edwin.
Edwin.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Edwin. Yeah. I love Eliud Kipchoge. You know that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but Edwin. when it comes to sexual orientation, I feel like that's the most self-explanatory thing ever.
Yeah.
It's who you're attracted to, and it's not limited to those who you act on. There's potential attraction. Like if right now, Mwass, you feel in your head, you
Hold on.
and Chaxy.
Is it anything that is interfering with the recording? Yes, okay.
Do it. Hold it, Amma.
I just had something drop and he got his headphones off. No, it's okay. Just roll. I don't think it's gonna take 20 minutes. It's the window? Yeah. Okay, cool. Just close it. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you have to start again? Ama, you'll keep
No,
it.
just
Hey.
No, we're not cutting out anything. You know,
Editing
Hii inaendanga,
gurus.
kaende.
kaende.
Wanajua tuko na dirisha sasa. Aeration. But yeah, what that means is if right now, Mwass, you look at a man and you're like, damn, daddy, and you never act in it, do you know that's attraction? You cannot limit it. You can't be like, no one is 100% straight, I promise you, on earth. Even yourselves. I promise you. Fight me. Mariah is just like,
And it's true though.
Yeah.
But here's my thing though. Even if, let's say, I see a girl and I'm just thinking, okay, she's cute, whatever. Can we really call that?
No, that's appreciation of art.
Facts.
Yeah.
Of us.
But art.
Yes.
But also that exists. So I feel as though you act on it.
You don't have to act on it, but if there's compliments and there's there's being aware of somebody's outlook and you're like, the eugenics side.
But then would that be like sexually or just more of...
Kuangalia.
Yeah, but you see, attraction.
Like,
it's the attraction.
Yeah.
We're
It's
not
like what
about
you see.
appreciation.
Okay.
Attraction.
Gotcha.
Like if you look
There's
at
a
some, or
difference,
even you feel something for somebody. You know that gut feeling you feel when you're around somebody. Must
Chaxy, then you should be as yours. Then I'm way feel.
Chaxy are shy.
The rest of us have felt.
to listen to February. February, bro.
Give me till Feb. Let me work on it, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me till Feb. Yeah.
Feb it is.
Damn, unazingiza at the right time.
After Valentine's. disclaimer.
No, do Valentine's. Your first Valentine's none alone. You can't. I can't always
it
be
has
on
to be
Valentine's.
before
Every time.
Hata yeye anataka
Valentine.
kuenda
Yeah.
You want to crush Valentine's? I'm
Me-
with a double.
A double date. I feel like we need to do a group thing. And I'll tell you, we'll talk about it.
Hey,
You're not
gotcha.
ready for the conversations.
All
yet.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calm down. Okay, so before Valentine's.
We grow,
My
yeah.
goodness.
But yes.
That means like
Peer pressure.
February 1st.
Guys, once I have a
No,
few
at least
weeks.
took on 2 weeks
Why
before Valentine's.
is everyone so invested?
No, we're invested.
We're happy for you.
It can't be walking into
Yeah.
a room like I don't have an ex.
Nah.
Till when? It sounds like lyrics.
Yeah. So
Okay.
before Feb, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Na subscribe membership niko na do. Okay, you itakuwa do ya UpSyd, but I have access to the account.
Oh, wow.
I'm messing.
We'll allow it.
but yeah, I'm
On the date.
messy.
Of course I'm messing, yeah.
It's me who has access to all the accounts.
Of course she does.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but
to me 10K. In January.
in January.
Woman also is just rich.
Yeah, you said you're rich.
I'm rich in love.
Fuck you, nigga.
Anaitangwa Jomse.
Romaine.
Vago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tuendelee.
But
Before I say my joke.
does anything not make sense? Any other
Me, I'm clear.
questions?
No, to me.
I feel like I've ran through this topic that has taken me years to be educated and also.
It means you're good in you're
Yeah,
already
you
good at
really-
it.
yeah.
That's why we have you.
And you understand it properly.
We are happy we know you. And
Aw.
we can call you na ukuje and be like, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, let's stop the guys.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I may have done a bit of unlearning. Like I didn't know some things were like that.
Yeah.
Me either.
It's in the small things because you see the way, think of it this way, as we are minorities, we are black, but we're still superpowers. Leave us alone. But you can apply certain politics to the same thing, same formula. I can make a joke that you can't. And it's not me gatekeeping, it's my reality, not yours.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So if you start making certain jokes that are borderline homophobic, transphobic, as a straight man, damn. Come.
It's like a white guy saying nigga.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
Yeah. And even calling out your friends on it, and even how certain jokes are presented, certain things are said. You have to, like, we forget we're so privileged. You know that? Like, we're so privileged. I can walk around like this and not do the same, and there's someone else who walk like this and face certain
Situation.
hate.
And even violence.
Violence,
all the
even
time,
death.
yeah.
Like, it's
Even
our
death, yeah.
reality.
Makes
Like,
sense.
so I feel like even when having certain conversations, even when having a good time on mic check, we have to just remember these are people's lives you're talking about. Beyond your straightness, beyond your non-pronoun, putting out all those things.
Honestly, at first I didn't understand like what was the necessity, but now that you've broken it down, I'm like, okay, I can understand why it's very crucial.
And I tell you a fun fact. There won't always be means to break things down for you.
True.
Do the work.
Yeah.
Take time. Mukae chini, muongee, Google search. We got that Google. We can find anything. I can
and exchange information through these conversations. You're telling us stuff, kilometer, then all of us are learning.
All of us learn. Because if you don't
them to other circles.
If you don't grow, you won't grow. And if you keep hanging around the same people, your mentality remains the same. You don't expose. Go for a queer event. Not because you're queer or you're looking for somebody. Just go. Have queer friends.
See what's up.
Beyond me, guys. It's okay. I know I'm your everything, but it's okay. Have queer friends. Hang out with, ask them questions, learn about them. Because the reason why you can't even get McKenna's pronouns right is because you don't practice.
Honestly.
You don't practice. In your head, I'm sure it's not clicking.
It's let's just say Leo Nico 20% loading.
Yeah.
By the week, that's 100.
But it's fine. I'm happy for you. That's progress.
That's
That's progress. And it doesn't even end here.
Yeah. And the best way to learn pronouns is speak Swahili. Swahili is not gendered. Have you noticed?
Oh yeah.
Swahili is not gendered.
Mimi, shit.
Alienda, nani alienda. So
but
that's how I got into it.
English, he, she, he.
You have to gender things. It's okay if I blow your mind.
Bro.
Thank you, Mas. Like mind blown, yeah.
Wait, so there's one question I needed to ask.
Then I have two questions.
What's the difference between gender queer and gender fluid?
Okay, I feel like people are now just mashing up. Even me, I say I'm like, but I feel like it's just speaking to.
And this was in an application for a job.
Yes,
it was on that page. Then
so there's gender queer, gender fluid, like, transgender. Then there's again trans man, trans woman.
All right. I feel like queerness is an umbrella term for a lot of things. Okay. It just encapsulates the difference.
Yeah, but there, you have to, no one just says that word in a normal conversation.
Yo, she's like a female TI.
I need to be writing them down.
Blacking words out of the dictionary.
Like now they're like 5.
It's not a two story because you're making
when you were discussing look and feel, like the eugenics, I'm like,
hey.
Yeah, 52 book challenge.
By the way, ningesumbua. Najua ningesumbua.
Professor.
Academia. It holds it together.
It's like an umbrella term.
Yeah, it just defines a lot. That's not. It's not normalcy. Like if right now I'm agender, someone who's agender doesn't identify with any gender particularly, and they're okay with you using whichever pronouns or, just they're free like that. They're free like that.
Yeah,
they're calm people. Shout out my agender humans. So for them, having to go through the thought process of having to break down who an agender person is, what gender is, and all this. It's just me. I'm queer. It's
just easier.
It's easier to be queer or to just say queerness. Like that is gender queerness. Okay. You just don't identify as the binary. You're either inside it or outside it or without it.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I think I agree with what you're saying, that of course at some point, we live in an era of social media where every single person who has a platform in any social media platform, you can consider that media. Because we distribute information, we spread information, because you have a platform. And that's a media channel that ideally used to be owned by specific platforms. So now everyone can say whatever they want to say. And even the reason, I feel like the reason, it's not very complicated, but the reason why it sounds complicated is because now what you're saying, there's also a lot of people who are just not taking advantage and just coming up with their own things and doing whatever, like whatever you shared. Someone posted, what was that? It was so... Yeah, no, I'll find it as we continue. But also, there's that bit of people say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
And there's so many people who crack jokes about things they don't understand. And that contributes to misinformation.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of misinformation, and I think it makes it harder and not easier for people.
That's true. The other question was gender what?
Gender fluid.
Oh, gender fluid. This is somebody who's not. Is it fluidity? Like they don't.
They can
they can't. Yeah, they can adapt to who they want to be in whatever timeline and whoever. They can be effeminate. They can be masculine. Tomorrow they can be something else. They can be none of anything. Like,
That's what I was asking Chaxy, and he was like, he doesn't think it's possible, but okay.
To do what?
is.
Doesn't think to be
gender
Like today you
fluid.
can sleep and you're like,
No, but I didn't
And
say
does
it's
that
not.
only-
Wait, Mariah, your
Wait.
question was... Wait, that's
Wait,
not what...
pause. Before
you were
you
like, what
ask
is the
it,
difference
wait.
between gender fluid and gender queer? That's what
Wait.
your question was, huh?
now that you said fluid, you can vibe with whatever you feel like you want to vibe with.
Yeah.
But is that only for your sexual preference or only what you identify as?
I feel like we need to rerun the tape.
No. I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like,
No, this is sexual orientation and gender are two different
yes,
things.
that's what I'm asking.
It doesn't
Is it
speak
only
to that.
fluid for only what you identify as,
Yeah.
or also, or does it also apply also to your sexual orientation?
They exist.
They exist
independently.
separately.
Okay.
They do not it's called the Venn diagram.
Venn diagram,
Yeah, they don't intersect.
Okay.
So at no point who I am, like it doesn't influence it per se.
Okay.
But there are people who like certain aesthetics. There are people who want people who are masculine in a certain way. But when it comes to your gender fluidity affecting who you're with, I don't think so. I don't. It doesn't in any way. I feel like the opening statement was quite simple. We are just souls. We are just souls existing. Today I can be attracted to this, tomorrow that, and it's not limited to anything.
It's fine, because also you constantly change. You grow, you're like, you're not the same person. So it's fine. So this is like what this person posted. You
Am I
maybe-
allowed to read it out?
Yeah, but read the handle so that we are not misquoted.
They're called Notiferi, KNOTTY, a naughty princess. I have made a decision to come out. As we know, humans are complicated and intelligent beings. We aren't always simple. I have been with 6 dogs this past year and only 2. What? I am transcanine.
No, read the whole thing.
I just want friends and a crowd that
You didn't read
accept
this.
Fellah. Oh yeah, I have been with 6 dogs. This I think they mean they have slept with,
Yes.
like have
Yes.
had intercourse.
Yeah, I don't know, the picture is not loading, but yeah.
I have been with 6 dogs this past year and only 2 men my entire life. I am transcanine.
What's
I-
transcanine?
I,
She's trolling.
No.
more or less.
I just want friends and a crowd that accepts and loves and cherishes me. I feel like this is
That's what I'm like, you see now there's
it's bestiality. This
yeah,
is
that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
There's this kind of people, and now someone who's like, this
sick,
this
though.
gets now to a lot of the homophobes I see on Twitter, and it
Like,
annoys
it
me.
plays-
And then you see now it becomes a joke, and then they're like this, and then they start saying that community,
that
that what? Then it
community.
becomes hate, becomes
Yeah.
The
Because
same-
what is this?
Yeah, it becomes harmful. It becomes irrelevant information. That doesn't speak to what people are,
I
who
feel
they're
like
trying
with
to be.
everything, like sexual orientation, we just keep it within the species.
Ooh.
Like, it's humans too.
Yeah, this could be
Now,
within
once you go and start
us.
fucking other things, now...
And you see now,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if you start reading the comments, you see now it becomes a joke.
It becomes a
That you,
joke.
what are you gonna do back at her? You know, like
Yeah, like
and
people are
that's-
taking
yeah.
it quite lightly.
Exactly.
When it's not, it's
That's crazy.
I'm not a
I feel like that
professional
show, they
like
have
that.
to be trolling.
To speak, I don't think so.
Yeah.
They're white.
Just weird people, bro. It was a white lady.
Hard to be.
Did you saw the picture, right? You know, I wish the picture loaded. But that's why I'm like, yeah, also we need to be, cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of misinformation. And not everyone has a good agenda. So people will do whatever they want, they think they can, because they have the platform. Bro, it's as simple as getting on your phone, you have data, you have Wi-Fi, and you tweet
And
whatever you want
say
to tweet.
whatever.
Yeah. And that gets to the next person who retweets it. People who don't take time to read become misinformed. Misinformed. Yeah, and then in end, it ends up being the chaos we have now. Because I can guarantee you, if you go online now and Googled whatever you believe in, you'll get articles that will support whatever you
That's
believe in.
true.
That's true. Whoa.
true.
Positive or negative, there will always be things you can read that support whatever you believe.
There was an article, and I don't know if it's true though, but they were saying apparently they want to build acceptance to where a grown person is allowed to love a child.
Oh,
Like no longer
like
calling
sexually.
it, no longer calling it pedophilia, but it's allowed for you to be attracted to a child.
There are people who there's literally a community of people who advocate for
It's for real.
Yeah, I read that.
And
Apparently, it's
legally.
about to be legalized.
The boundaries are quite simple. Like, guys, leave children alone.
And it just goes back to consent. Wait, a kid. They don't even have a fully mature brain. Bro, if something as simple as even driving is not meant for kids legally, even drinking alcohol,
Loving,
which can alter everything,
sex, certain things, there are
crazy.
boundaries to things, and damn. And people think it's they were pushing for it to be recognized as a sexuality, a sexual orientation. Like lesbian, gay, pedophilia should be there as whatever.
But they're going to give it some new name, I've forgotten. But
it doesn't, because pedophilia already, we know what that means.
Yeah,
it's so wrong. So let's give it a new name so it doesn't sound bad.
But hold up. Now that we're even in this conversation of children, Sharon, I want to pick your brain on something. I believe we all know Zaya, Wade's daughter. And now that we're saying children are not allowed to make certain decisions about their lives and everything, the fact that Zaya is still under the law considered a child, is she allowed to make certain decisions of her saying that she feels like she wants to change?
All right.
Yes.
It's very simple. Who is she affecting? Is she causing harm? In any way? Someone just waking up and honestly, if I knew I was queer at age 5, why wouldn't Zaya know that that's who they are? And having supportive parents, I feel like that's the part that really it gets the people. They're like, why are you letting this child do that? But Zaya is what, 13?
14?
That's a teenage. And they're not causing harm. They're not adding onto the life's problems. They're just being themselves.
Yeah.
So why should we limit somebody existing as who they are or who they want to be freely without harm and question now, why are they a child?
Yeah. And I think even legally the way she's asking, the thing is, as much as they're even if they're still kids, that's not where the parents come in. Because where kids can't consent legally, parents are always asked to.
Yeah.
So if at whatever age she realizes that, at whatever age, if she decides that she wants to do that, and the parents are supportive, she can't sign for herself legally. But if the parents do,
and I feel like any logical person, knows the fact that they're raising, Dwayne and Gabriel Union are just raising their child. They're just letting them be okay, be safe, learn, be equipped enough to make a decision and be like, this is who I am. It's the equipping part. They're supporting. They're not there like, nah, you have to wait till you're 18. This child will get to 18, they'll be depressed, they'll hate they won't even make it that age.
Makes sense.
Like they're gonna live in a world so oppressed and oppress themselves in their mind so much because they're not being allowed to be themselves that they won't even like life. Honestly, it's not. I feel like when it comes to Zaya, shut up.
Okay.
That's Zaya be Zaya.
Because
more love and power.
Even when you're kids, you remember your first crush.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You like someone, like, how is it that on the street, like when you see like 2 5-year-olds, a boy and a girl, let's say, and they're being cute with each other, everyone's always like, oh, these ones are meant to be their soulmates.
No, they're not.
And then 2 small boys just like each other's vibes, and then it's like, hey, you're teaching them homophobia.
Yeah,
Imagine
homophobia.
Babies, bro. They don't even. I don't think even at that age they comprehend all this
going on,
complexity
yeah.
that comes with life.
But
they're just pure souls.
I've told you this before. I tell people, the first time I saw queer content on TV and on media, I was already queer.
Listen, I think you need to tell that story.
Yeah.
Because I think it's such a dope story of not understanding, and then you see on TV, you're like,
it's
people
real.
can experience this. Yeah.
Like, I didn't wake up and I was like, I'm
Tell me your
walking
story.
on
Tell us
sunshine,
that story.
Ellen
Tell us
DeGeneres. Yeah.
Tell us that story. Because I think it's a powerful story.
Yeah.
And it's essential that more people hear.
Yeah, because growing up, there was no exposition to media like that, where I'd see two women kissing, two women in relationships and things like that. But I knew I wanted to be the woman.
Yeah.
I could feel things for women, and I thought we could all feel them.
Yeah.
Turns out, no.
What?
Yeah,
The real world is like, what?
Yeah, everyone's like, what the hell? But I wasn't exposed. So you can't even say I was influenced by TV or all those things. Not that we didn't have, we had. But, just content that's limited to kids. There was
There's
nothing.
no way
You'd say the word gay, lesbian. It would be such a taboo.
True.
It was such a taboo. So even my thinking and who I became, it's who I am. So by the time I was literally seeing queer people being queer, I think I was probably well in over 18.
Wow.
And I'd already been with women by then. So it's not...
Hey, street master. That's
Yeah,
Why
don't.
not talk about series? Why?
Sema, that was a long time ago.
I've changed.
That is not
I've changed.
Yeah.
But yes, like it had no influence to who I was.
Yes.
So probably Zed did not even see trans people. This person probably just knew that's who they are.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people, as lots of parents, being open-minded about it. Like, just... Who told us we need to be like this?
Yeah.
Ask yourself. And why are they so that they don't want you to change, so rigid on the mindset of colonial thinking and things that were taught to us about the Bible. The context of the Bible is all wrong. Pedophilia, like the word homosexuality has never appeared on the Bible. Ever.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Like, if you look and you show me, even the transcripts from before show that it wasn't mentioned. The word that was mentioned was pedophilia is what is not allowed. And because just to push the hate agenda, they were like, if you're queer, you're influencing children or you're trying to rape children or something. Sorry for trigger warning for that. But so they pushed the agenda for pedophilia to be synonymous to queerness, and it's not. So if you go tell an old person, maybe I can argue with the pastor, what religion are you following? Who are you following? What are you reading? Do you understand what you're saying? How are you saying it? Are you preaching love? What's going on? What's going on? Nothing. It's quite harmful. Like, here, society.
As we know it best.
Our society. And it's quite... We let everything go. We let so many evils go, and we throw blind eyes to so much. But then queerness is where you draw the line. It's why? That's where you draw the line. Like, oh my gosh, who did what? People in the royal family are the pedophiles.
Yeah.
People are killing people. We are literally being ruled by murderers. But...
And it's all over the world, literally.
Queerness is where you're drawing the line. You're like, damn, shorty, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Is it? But love is so beautiful.
No, but that's what I'm like, anything non-violent.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't cause harm.
Yeah.
People should be able to exist the way they want to exist. Because, as long as I'm not causing harm to you or anyone else, then I should be able to exist the way I want to exist.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad, honestly, I was born in this era of information.
Yeah.
Where I can literally get whatever information I want as quick as I can. And I can, if I'm not clear about anything, I can call Mwass. I can call immediately.
Yeah.
Because imagine, before we had all this advancement in technology, before we had all this information, where were also the older guys who maybe probably are not very accepting of new information.
Yeah.
Where were they supposed to get all this information?
So that's why they're being led. It's what they had. They're exposed to hate. They grew up around that hate, surrounded by that hate. So that's what they're spilling. That's it. That's
completely.
It. And you don't have to accept somebody's queerness just because of your proximity to them. Don't be like, oh, Kioks, you can hang out with me, you're gay. And then you go to the next room, you're homophobic as fuck. Because the people you're either bullying, trolling, you have no proximity to them. But then when you come, you kiki with me, I will not. Me, I will.
Yeah, I think that's dangerous because if you have someone who doesn't really keep the same energy, also for you, you really don't know who they are.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they're playing a character in your life.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's someone else, yeah. People switch like that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Across different fronts.
Check
There's
your
something,
friends.
Like
Yeah.
earlier on, some time back, I worked with an organization that supports advocates for queer rights.
Shout out. What big a shout out?
Yeah, Galk.
Shout out Galk.
Galk, it's
those are
Galk
friends.
Plus.
Galk Plus.
Yeah.
He's actually the one who came up
You,
with the Galk
you
Plus.
did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He's the one who came
Yeah.
up with the Galk Plus. Yeah.
It's a plus to just include everyone.
Is it? What's the logo?
Gay and lesbian culture. Okay.
No. It's no longer an acronym.
It's no longer an abbreviation.
Abbreviation. It's
So, what was the line?
for them all.
Here for all.
Here for all.
He's the one who
Yeah.
came up with all that.
That was so
Yeah,
nice.
that's Mwass.
Yeah. Shout out Lana. Shout out the whole. I worked at Galk. I was an intern.
Yeah. I'm hoping to work with them again this year.
Do it. Do it.
And something that kept coming up is people reduce homosexuality to the sexual act. You know, when you think of two gay people, you just think, these guys are having whatever sex. But when you think of like, oh, these two guys are married, let's say a babe and a guy, you think of romance. You think
Yeah, you don't even
They
think
go
of
on
this.
dates.
No,
Like,
you
completely-
romanticize
Yeah.
and then you think that these two are lesbians, they're going
They
down
just
on each
have
other.
it. Yeah.
Imagine.
And it's way beyond
I
that.
laugh, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
It's being
Yeah.
reduced to just the
Yeah.
sex.
yeah.
I
I think there's way.
yeah,
Sorry.
like you've discussed, like you said, it's like the whole thing. There's attraction. There's when you think of being with a woman, or you think about being happy with them, being in a relationship, buying clothes for them, whatever people do, that's normal. Like if you like someone, you do some things for them. Yeah.
Like it's just a relationship.
Yeah.
It's not a gay relationship. It's just a
Yeah.
relationship. It's
And
not.
then people just reduce it to mnaendanga kwa kitanda kufanya nini?
Imagine.
You're like, damn, that was fast.
Like I can't
Labda hata
even
tujaenda.
take her on a date. I can't buy her flowers.
Candles.
Yeah,
And you can see the harm in that with even how the reporting for Edwin Chiloba is going. Because the suspect is their partner. But the way the media is speaking about it, they're like his friend.
Yeah. And then they said they were living together as man and
And
wife.
as man and what?
Bruh. Imagine.
What?
So, and
Wait, they actually said that.
Yeah.
no, I saw that headline.
on TV.
I literally
Guys,
saw it.
literally
On Nation,
it's being
they were living together as
as man and
man and
wife.
But I
wife.
saw one that said roommates.
Yeah, because they don't want to acknowledge the relationship.
This guy's
Because
in
the
a
moment they
relationship,
acknowledge it, it becomes IPV, inter partner violence. Yes,
We said we
Inter-partner
have
violence.
to use the word partner violence just because it's more accommodative of whatever
Yeah,
framework you operate in.
yeah, it's partner violence. Like the so even recognizing the fact that this happened, those like there's just a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's not being unpacked
Yeah.
and it's being masked. And even you find like even in Kenya, if somebody does me, I don't have a roommate, me I have a partner. And even my family nowadays, I'm like, me and my partner. This is meet my partner. Like I moved past that point of being ashamed. Because I'm ashamed for you and then I want to experience love and you are then you're
Like when will you just live your full life
when will I
without
be
feeling
myself?
shame or without And I think also, do you think part of how media is reporting, Mwass, bless you. Do you think part of shit? I'm so pressed, bro. Do you think part of too much water? Part of how media is misreporting is also because I went on Twitter, right, when this story broke. And I just got off Twitter because I was like, I think that's why sometimes Twitter makes me so mad. I just disappear. Because I was just looking at how it's being reported and now just how every single homophobe, when that came out, that the way he'd been murdered, and now every single homophobe had a field day.
I hope the
You saw
pronouns
that,
are right.
too?
Yeah, because now they were like, nah, and you were saying. But that's not the point. Even with the hashtag for justice, the justice for Edwin is more of one, the misreporting.
Yeah.
Two, even in their existence, they face so much hate and they're still facing hate when they're dead. Can you
when they're
imagine
dead,
you die
Someone has
and you're
died
still
and
being
someone is
hated
still
for
saying that you-
nothing?
That's what you
So
get.
do you think it's also just, I believe like a lot of, because you've been to these media houses, a lot of the guys who have the final say, editors and whatnot, a lot of them are really old people, to be
Yeah.
very honest. I also feel like they just don't know. It's so confusing for them on how to report it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if legally there are no issues.
Yeah,
You
there's
just report.
legally like there's
Even if you
no
report,
nothing will be done because
real.
they're
It's
not
they're
doing,
reporting
there's
the reality.
no sensitization training in corporates.
Yes.
There's none. And then we're the target audience and a generation of people who are being themselves. 80% of us are queer, doing whatever, in whatever way, our sexuality, our gender. And we are your target audience. And you want to reach us, but you're not even finding the language to reach us. You're not even trying to understand us.
Yeah.
So how am I for you and how are you for me?
It goes back to even how the system works, right? If say today we want to hire at UpSyd, even just the way we approach the hiring process already tells you much, because it's easy. Like we're saying, just because I said I'm hiring and then we got many applications, just because we ended up hiring dudes, already that could also mean that we don't have people who are qualified, who are not maybe women or from the queer community. But from the beginning of the hiring, if I know I need 2 slots, if I'll know for sure I need a slot for a straight person or a queer person, then I can decide, or I need a slot just for a man and a woman. It's 2 slots. Then that means even in the way I filter and shortlist people, already I'll make room for representation.
Yeah.
But if I just assume I want the best candidates to win, also you're missing out on representation. And that shows when you walk into boardrooms and offices and you're like, it's just dudes. Like, what?
Yeah.
You don't tell me there's no women who are qualified or there's no queer people.
Makes sense.
So if right from the beginning, I'm like, this slot has to go to someone who's queer, then already I'll only shortlist queer people. And within that, I'll find the best candidate.
Yeah.
So the intention, I think the intentionality makes a big difference, right? From where you hire people.
Because the skills will be there.
The skills will be there.
People.
And also now that informs, that's why now when it comes to things like reporting, I'm for sure, if you had people who are well sensitized, it will be reported differently from just how it's being reported now.
It wouldn't be a one-track mindset of Kenyaism and madness and nothing.
What the hell is living together as man and wife?
Yeah.
Honestly,
You let that go. You let that go out in the air, and you are like,
I'm like,
this
what
is the
headline
one.
is this?
This
It's
is
very
the one.
confusing, you know.
For banter or whatever, it's not
Like,
right.
it's not even hard to say the suspect is the partner.
You can just say partner. Don't even break it down.
Don't even say boyfriend or whatever.
And also, like, honestly, why is even room for banter when it comes to how this guy...
Because
like,
Kenyans are bored. They're so bored.
But there are also so many sad people online.
They're so sad and
Someone
bored.
said, if you ukiona tu ule msetu ya mkatuku hate. That person is going through it in their life and they're just projecting their negativity out there.
Someone said, I forgot what, there's a word, what word was this? I think I saw this online. Someone said that the only problem with Twitter is that people have, what is this called? Anger. It's like misdirected. So there's sadness and anger, but because you don't know. So you're like, let me get online and see what Nani did.
Yeah.
You need, like, you're literally looking for a reason to get angry and put it online. So you can feel better. Yes, you can feel better about your situation.
Literally.
Instead of going for therapy.
Yeah.
Or even seeking
so
help.
misdirected.
No, imagine zima tu simu na ulale.
Lala, but they kulala inasaidianga.
A lot.
What?
And it's like, because now, eventually, knowing Akina Mwass, Akina Alex, started knowing some of these guys on Twitter in person. And I even remember asking Mwass the other day, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, why is this guy? Because I keep seeing, and now I'm like, I mute or I block, or even if I followed, I unfollow. But I'm like, how do you have an opinion over everything every day? Like, how?
Wrong opinion. You have a wrong opinion.
How is your profile?
Hakuna kitu nakupita.
Like, how do you... Like, what is the cat one?
I was complaining about this last year. Like, there are people that you have to have an opinion about everything.
Yeah.
Nyasi, I'm not an expert on Nyasi, but shut up.
Can you leave Nyasi alone?
I'm like, tumerecord leo. Someone, if we are big and famous, someone would have an opinion about it. I'm like, hata mjui tunarecord wapi. Hata mjui kama after the last episode we decided we're not recording again.
Yeah.
But you already have an opinion.
You have an opinion.
How?
Madness.
Like, just vibe, bro. Just vibe. Just
And
vibe.
like the story breaks. I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck?
First of all, it's
First
a murder,
instinct.
and it's a gruesome
I know.
murder.
So first instinct, I'm like, yo, let me wait to see how this develops, right? Bro, you go online. The opinions already. I'm sure you have as much information as I have. How the fuck do you have all these opinions?
Forget the opinions. There's one thing that I didn't like was the insensitivity of, because if it was another, let's say like a straight couple and this had happened and this video would not be trending the way Edwin's was trending. Let's be very real. It would have been taken down in a heartbeat. The fact that this video was everyone gets like
people were
requesting to take it down.
The insensitivity
it was
that
so
couples,
insensitive, and I was like, honestly, what is that?
Nah. People are so, they're detached from reality.
Honestly,
they're so detached. I feel like there's delusion, and then there's just, I don't know what that is, man. Like,
That was so uncalled for. Like regardless of everything, that's a human being.
And you can
don't do that.
I swear, you'll find somebody who's heterosexual next week. Something happens like this. They'll be like, no, don't
take it down,
respect
guys.
The person.
Oh, there's family here. I'm like, funny.
You can't speak ill of the dead. You know, like they'll have those things to say.
Yes.
But right now, you're not seeing them.
It's those layers of
Shame
privilege.
on you.
It's those so many layers of privilege that people sometimes you don't realize. And
it's basically you're just saying that you're seeing someone as not, like you haven't even gotten them to the level of being human.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because to you, they're beneath.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want. And then people that you see as human, then you have all these boundaries.
Exactly.
All of a sudden.
It's a thing for proximity and how you see people and how you view people. I don't want people's pity. Why are you pitying me? I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, life is hard, but I'm also a woman. Did you think about that? You know, like there also
And
things,
you're also queer.
I'm also
Add
queer,
another
and I'm
layer.
black.
And you're black.
That
And
we
you're
can
not
go.
rich.
I'm not rich yet.
Yeah. Those are all different layers of privilege, bro. Yeah.
You know,
majority in
I'm
Angalwa
not from a
tricky.
2-parent household. You know, like that. All this. If you keep
Bro,
going,
it's
let's
many
go.
layers.
Let's go. I don't have a degree. Go. Keep going. We go. I'm in Africa, third world.
Yes.
Like you know.
So,
Okay,
you're
yeah,
operating events where you're probably you could count how many women do what you do. Like you can
Literally.
feel it.
But Sonia asked me. Sonia was like, "Okay, which women do you look up to in Kenya?" 1, 2. I'm done.
Literally, it's true, bro. Think about even when you need to deal with suppliers.
Suppliers.
How many will you know, bruh, it's too many layers.
That's true.
It's
Too many layers.
telling me, and even it's something as basic as people don't understand even the wind down. It's not. It's.
I have to go do the thing. Continue.
Umeshikilia ikakataa.
I'm so dead. But you see, the wind down is a space for women and non-binary people and agender people. But just because of it being a non-men space, it gets labeled as queer. Yes, it is queer friendly, but it was more for gender. And because people don't understand gender and sexual orientation are two different things. The notion of it is just confusing. And then just because I'm queer, that doesn't mean everything I touch has the queer
it's queer activated.
I'm like,
Switch it on.
No. Like I drink water. I don't drink queer water. I eat food. I don't eat queer food. You know, like I use an apple. It's not colorful. It's black. People just feel like I feel like people stretch. They reach. Their minds reach.
Like
too
literally,
far.
you're reaching.
You're reaching, and
That's
you're not
true.
even trying, and you can see that. But I hope that you guys are gonna do your own research.
Definitely.
Me, I'm always reading.
Yeah, you
Definitely.
should have mic check March with pronouns.
Can we?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Why not?
That would be so cool.
Allyship is in so many other
That's
ways.
And if you're making socks, he, him.
Literally, that would be so fun. Why not?
Executive decision made.
And
Your wind down.
Done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wind down.
How long have you been
Get your
rolling?
socks.
What about socks? 1 hour. Okay, so you can finish.
Yeah.
What about socks?
March.
For the
March
wind
with
down.
pronouns.
Yeah,
no,
much like
for
so,
mic check.
like
Mic check.
pronouns.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Because we've been
Especially
really been looking at
See, that would be so
just
dope.
doc match. Sawa.
Yeah.
I was telling them earlier, I worked for another organization where every meeting when you introduce yourself, you had to say your pronouns.
Yeah. You need
So
to.
that like people know how to refer to you.
Even your guests when they come. Am I your first guest?
I think so. Actually.
We've never had a
Let's say
full on
for
guest.
Oh.
No, we've never had a like all the people we've had is maybe like very records here, walks in, says hi and goes, but we've never had a
True,
guest on
like
the
a
show.
full on.
We've never had
wow.
someone sit in through the whole thing.
No, we've never.
Me, I'm the first. I'm
Yeah.
the first. Guys, I've broken
And
your
hopefully not the last
virginity.
time.
Yeah, not the
Yeah,
last
not the
time.
last time, yeah.
I feel like my ideas and my knowledge will change, and I'll grow, and I'll do more things that will require more conversation.
Yeah.
Or even if it's just to come talk about whatever happened the same way we normally do.
Yeah, we can talk about
Just
anything.
react to banter and
Yeah.
now things that we can actually banter. Yeah.
You can laugh
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun. But I'm proud of everyone here.
Thank
Thank you, honey.
Appreciate
This is
it.
so nice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Remember
Appreciate
mic
it.
check ya kwanza?
Yeah, of course.
Tunaboko nje.
Hao watatu wanaongea. And they're here.
I remember the first thing, I think it got 150 views.
And you were so jazzed.
It was the first thing.
Ama?
No, we had more.
Is it?
Yeah, we had more.
That's so
I think guys
dope.
were excited because guys were like, what is
Yeah,
this?
what did
Yeah,
you
like, what's
say?
this?
Actually, our first episode is the most streamed.
Viewed.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, by now.
True.
But also because it's been there longer.
The
Guys are
longest.
more guys are watching it. Yeah.
Getting
But yo,
months.
thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
We love you and we appreciate you.
I love
as
all
per
of
usual.
you.
We love you
appreciate
too,
it.
For us, one
Yeah.
more big word.
Before I give a disclaimer.
What can I? You have to give me. I have context. You need to give me context.
So let me put a disclaimer, and then if something comes, say it.
Okay.
So, but again, as per usual, we are not experts in anything.
Yeah.
We are just people who like to have conversations about things that affect us as normal human beings. So if there's anything that was said on this episode that you feel you could educate us further on, comment section is available. Please reach out, and we'd love to come share that with everyone else next week.
We're teachable. Even
Yes,
I'm
very
teachable. So
teachable.
if I've missed out on anything or I said something that's not quite true,
Yes.
why not? Like, I'd be like, damn.
It's a learning process.
And that's the beauty of our podcast. You can say whatever you want in whichever way. And, we are not censored. We can only censor ourselves.
Yeah.
There's no corporate who pays us, so it's fine.
Yet.
But yo, this has been beautiful, man. I had fun.
45 episodes.
Yes.
Damn.
Think about it.
Are we having a party?
We had a party.
We did have a party.
Yeah, we did have a party.
No, another one.
Another
For
one.
52 weeks.
52?
Maybe.
52 weeks.
No,
Yeah.
52 we
Yeah.
are.
Definitely
So we
gonna
need,
have-
I think, in the next, say, 2 weeks max, we'll announce what we're doing for our
50
episode
seconds.
52.
Yeah.
It's going to be a live
We'll have
audience
figured out
recording.
everything.
Ooh, I'm excited. And Mwass
I'll be
is...
there.
Crop tops.
And we're wearing
Yeah,
crop tops.
these guys are wearing
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
for
gonna
episode
be
52.
so sexy.
just
Yeah.
the two of them, not me.
Yeah, not you.
How she wears.
She wears already. So
Yeah,
it's
she wears
normal.
already. So it's normal.
It's normal.
Normalized.
It's
Yeah.
normalized, but when you guys wear it, it's a statement.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. It's groundbreaking. You're doing the work people have not done.
Yeah.
By wearing
Visionaries.
wow.
wearing
I'm like,
No, you can wait for the band.
it's the same way when Harry Styles dresses up effeminately. Everyone's like, oh my God. I'm like, he's what? He's done nothing.
Ninguo
Yeah.
too, bro.
like every
Young Thug,
Yeah.
that was like
Ninguo too, bro.
Tetemeko, momonyoko wa
That
ardhi.
dress was put in a museum.
Yeah. Imagine.
Why?
It's so weird because even people who feel like they're the most straight, they're the most all these things, the moment they see their idol do it, then they're like, oh, maybe.
Yeah,
But
art.
when
Yeah.
it's somebody's
But the
life.
Scottish do it, so there's no problem.
That's when
It
they
is-
find
it's their
excuses.
tradition.
Yeah.
Like if, even all the whatever Kikuyu, me I'm Kikuyu. So all the traditional what do you call it, regalia. Like when
Hakuna
you go,
malungi.
like even when you go for Rashos and then
Ngozi. I think it's all tried.
Yeah.
But they'll be like,
yeah.
are you in tradition now? Like there's always an excuse.
There's always
But if you
Yeah.
wear a leather skirt, you're like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Don't wear
But
crop
ukifunga
tops.
ngozi.
Yeah.
It's accepted.
No, but,
It's that
but
meme.
so we'll see how we can do it. I think we made a bet because we were discussing. I think there's something online about guys who are surprised that I don't know who wore a crop top, and they were like crop top for dudes. And what was it called? We were like crop top for dudes is normal, and what is it? What is the other thing?
Thongs.
No, less underwear.
Yeah, less underwear.
for men.
It's a broken hand.
Are you saying less or lace?
Lace.
Like
What
the
is it?
fabric.
Lace.
Yeah, lace.
Oh.
Canet.
Umesema less. So me, I'm thinking
Less
less
underwear.
underwear.
Less underwear.
Less underwear.
Itoke hapa
Not
boxer.
underwear in fully. Sorry. It's not
off,
underwear.
yeah.
I'm like, hey, you're
Niko
no
sure hapa
gani.
crew ya Mike Check mnavanga zile maboxers shorts kubwa.
Zenye-
check.
Not a
zenye-
briefs.
zenye- by the
Zile
way,
machecks.
Surely.
I
find
hate
them
those
so
things.
how
annoying.
to check diversity in your team.
Yeah.
Are you wearing those boxers?
Yeah.
Like if 10 out of 10 are wearing those
From next
boxers,
episode, kimbia unatoa longi.
show us what you got. Show us your gender expression.
I think that's a nice point to leave it. Episode 45.
Oh
We are
my
back.
God. Over 26. This is
The bag of us.
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.